Hello, friends. Chris here. Just a couple of announcements before we get going here. First of all, Roger, our very own Roger, released his first solo album recently, and you can download it anywhere you get your music. It's called Kerwin Beach, and it's great. Roger wrote and performed the theme music to this here podcast, so if you like the theme music even a little bit, you'll love Kerwin Beach. He plays all the instruments, he produced it, and he mastered it. So if you want to support our stuff outside the pod, go check it out. Roger Ramada, Kerwin Beach. Also, we're taking this coming week off, so if you're one of the folks that listens to this pod week to week, there won't be an episode next week, but we'll be back the following week, Tuesday, March 19th. That's actually 3 days after my birthday. You care. Finally, just know that we, all of us, myself, Siege, Raj, we read and see all your reviews, and we are thankful. For those of you who have rated us with the 5 stars and written up something nice, thank you. We love you. You're the best. For those of you who have not yet done so, what the hell? What gives? It ain't cost nothing. No, but seriously, if you haven't done so yet, please rate and review us. It helps more people like you find the podcast, which means we'll keep making more. So, if you don't want us to go away, let the world know how much you love us. We are sincerely grateful to you all for listening, for supporting. This thing has grown, and it's pretty cool, so thank you. Alright, that's it. Here's this week's episode.
You're listening to The Florida Man Murders, a true crime comedy podcast about murder, madness, mayhem, and other shady shit that goes down in the Sunshine State. Each week, your hosts, Chris, Roger, and Siege, take you on a dark, twisted journey through the bowels of the most wretched fiends and nefarious events throughout the history of Florida, and then make inane, quote-unquote, funny observations about it all, like the half-soused nitwits that they are. And now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the crazy, if you dare.
Alright, well, let's just fucking get into it.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Dateline. Sound effects. Jupiter, Florida, 2007.
Wow.
Jupiter, Florida, 2007.
Jupiter, Florida, 2007.
Marlin Spring Training
Yeah, I
Camp.
was gonna say.
Seth Tobias
Sounds about right.
was born on April 8th, 1963 in Philadelphia,
It's kind of like
Pennsylvania.
two first names, a little bit.
Seth Tobias. Seth was raised in Plymouth Meeting, which is, I guess, a city in Pennsylvania somewhere.
Sounds Pennsylvania.
Sounds very Pennsylvania Dutch.
After graduating from Boston University, Seth went and got a tattoo of the letter T on his left
It stood
shoulder.
for tattoo.
Dope.
T for Tobias, his last name.
Well,
A tattoo that says tattoo.
I'm gonna get a tramp stamp that says tramp stamp.
There you go.
He commuted to and from New York every day from Philly, looking for work in Wall Street
Terrible.
and pursuing his dream of becoming a hedge fund
Wow,
manager.
what a dream.
He eventually did get his first break when he started processing trades for a then unknown portfolio manager named Jim Cramer.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, fuck that guy. Christ.
Oh, my God. I already have like a ginger goatee screaming in my head just from hearing
It's
the
in the
name.
club. You gotta join the club.
Yeah.
I hate him so much.
Like Kramer would go on to host Mad Money. Seth then married a girl he knew from Philly named Victoria. And eventually he got a job with JRO Associates, a hedge fund. In 1996, Seth founded Circle T Partners.
Sounds like a scam already. Already sounds like SEC fraud.
Sounds like a horse farm. Like that's the brand.
The T stood for Tobias, his
Tattoo.
last name.
No, it's tattoo.
Seth had shown a knack for knowing just when to get in and out of a stock, and he gained a reputation for being a bit of a stock market savant. He also started a daily routine where at the end of each day, when the closing bell rang, he'd call his colleagues at other hedge funds and would ask the same question every time. Quote, "Are you up or are you down?
So fucking stereotypical.
Are you up or are you down?"
He's so annoyed.
Very boiler room.
Yeah. Corny.
By 2002, Seth's firm was valued at $500 million,
Well,
with a personal net worth reaching into the tens of millions of dollars. Soon, TV came calling, and CNBC hired him to be a regular on Squawk Box.
Okay.
mm-hmm.
Just the name of that show turns me off to it.
Squawk Box. Squawk Box features on-air personalities debating the latest news from the financial markets. It's like First Take for rich douchebags, basically.
Yeah, Squawk Box.
Yeah, pretty much.
So he was a regular on that show for a while. Seth loved to party.
You don't say.
He was up, way up.
Are you up or are you down? According to one friend, Seth was, quote, a little crazy when it came to taking drugs, going to clubs, and generally living the life of an uber-wealthy millionaire hedge fund manager.
I like it.
He loved coke.
I like it.
He loved drugs.
I like it.
And he loved sex and had multiple affairs.
I like it.
Seth loved spending time at the Kentucky Derby and at Mar-a-Lago, traveling between New York and Florida by private jet.
So welcome, Seth. Love having you here.
Squawk Box is unbelievable.
Squawk Box is so good, it's going to be the biggest thing on television.
According to some of his former associates, Seth did a shitload of drugs and would often disappear from his office for days and weeks at a time.
Yeah.
His wife said that he gambled away thousands of dollars every week.
Oh, good.
And she also revealed that she and Seth enjoyed secretly visiting a gay bar in West Palm Beach called Cupid's.
Oh. Hello.
He's just like, I know it well. I know
it well, my friends. I've been there.
In 2003, Seth attended the Super Bowl in San Diego. There, he met up with one of his wealthy buddies, a Palm Beach entrepreneur and racehorse owner named Daniel Borislaw. I don't know.
Boring and slow are not the names of an owner that you want for a speeding racehorse.
No, it's not. Boring Slow introduced Seth to a man named Jay Jacknin, and then Jay Jacknin introduced Seth to his wife, Filomena Jacknin.
Oh. So I had that. Wait. Oh, man, if you're a horse guy and you got a wife named Filomena,
Philly.
man, that's kind of creepy.
These are horse people. This is a story about Florida's horse people.
Where is Jeffrey Epstein in all this already?
He's close by.
Filomena was a New Jersey blonde.
Oh.
She was fit and tan, and he immediately fell for her. Hey, I like your wife.
I like your wife. I like your wife. My name is Seth, and I like your wife. Are you up or you down?
Why is he giggling like that?
I don't know. That's his new voice. My name is Seth Tobias. I have a tattoo of a T.
Pillsbury Doughboy.
T tattoo.
Following the Super Bowl, Seth left his wife.
Oh no!
Just dropped her. And
left her in San Diego.
Just left. See you later, toots. And then he told his partners at Circle T that he was moving to West Palm Beach.
Okay.
because they were headquartered in New York. And he's like,
Yeah.
I'm moving to West Palm Beach.
Yeah, they're like, okay, our offices are here.
They told him.
Don't worry about it. I can work remote.
Yeah, he told him that he could run things from West Palm. And the reason he was moving, he was intent on pursuing Filomena,
Who was married to another guy still, right?
who was married to Jay Jackman.
Jay Jackman. Was it Jay? Like, is it Jay just the letter? Or is it Jay?
It's Jay and then Jack Nin.
Oh,
Nin.
oh,
Jack Nin.
okay.
Ew.
I thought it was like Hugh Jackman, but not. It's Jay Jackman.
No,
Jay Jackman.
it's Jay Jackman.
Soon enough, Seth and Philomena's affair went public. They were often seen at the Breakers Hotel and at exclusive black tie events. They were just out in the open with it.
That's how these fucking people are, man. This is the family values people.
It's the swingers class. That's all it is.
Exactly.
Filomena then filed for divorce from Jay Jackman in 2005. She left me. Yeah, she left. She filed for divorce so that she and Seth could just become official already.
And that's when they started cheating on each other. At that precise moment.
It did not take long for the relationship to turn volatile.
Yeah, don't see.
According to friends and associates, Seth's cocaine use was out of control.
Nah.
And Filomena often called him out on it in front of others. Although at least one person would say that Filomena partook in the coke use with Seth.
It's not a problem. I can stop anytime I want.
He, on the other hand, has a real problem. In turn, Seth would publicly question Philomena's emotional stability in front of others. And they would often have shouting matches in public and would each accuse the other of having affairs.
I mean, it started so organically and beautifully. How did this go awry? How did this go sideways? Lo que empieza mal termina mal.
This right here is like literally the beginning of like every Housewives show ever.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah.
So eventually Seth and Filomena broke up. But then one day Seth didn't show up or call in for work at Circle T. And no one had heard from him in a couple of days. Then they received a call from Seth, who happened to be in Belize. And then he told him that he and Filomena had made up and got married and were honeymooning in Belize.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Healthy.
That's exactly where somebody holds the phone to the side, like because it's those old timey phones, ones off the wall. You cover up the little speaker and you go, "That bitch is dead. She murdered her." He's going, "Oh, so Belize, huh? Yeah, you guys have a great time."
Seth was Philomena's fourth husband.
Oh, good job.
That summer, Seth decided to take in and train a protege, and without much vetting, he hired a guy named Ethan Cass. He took Ethan Cass under his wing. For his first big assignment, Ethan Cass was tasked with looking into Google.
So he Googled Google.
Just turning on Google and looking at it.
Now what?
Now what do I do?
That July, it happened to be that Google had gone public.
I mean, $500 million company. They're like, fuck it. Throw like a couple mil into that Google thing and see how it pans out.
The question for Circle T was whether the $85 initial offering price was a good deal. And Ethan proclaimed it wasn't.
Uh-oh.
And as a result, Circle T lost $12 million when Ethan shorted the stock.
Damn. Oh, wow.
Shorted Google.
That's great. He's like, this, I don't know, man. This Ask Jeeves is going to stick around. You'll see. This is going to be the Titan. The search engine Titan.
That's the horse you want to bet on. Ask Jeeves. I mean, look at him. He's a butler. He's a cartoon. You can't go wrong.
Listen, they got Bing. They got Ask Jeeves. No way this Google business sticks.
The fuck is a Google anyway?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. It's not a word.
At least Jeeves is like a butler or something. You ask him questions, he gives you answers.
You ask him stuff.
He fetches you things like a real butler. So the Google fuck up resulted in the firm's investments, which was almost $500 million that year. The investment sank to $220 million. And while all other hedge funds were cleaning up that year because of Google, Circle T tanked 5.3%. So they were just burning money, losing money, while everyone else is riding that Google wave. So some at Circle T blamed the whole thing on Seth losing his focus and just hiring some unqualified dude off the street because he was so wrapped up in his volatile relationship with Filomena.
But what are the other guys doing at the fucking hedge fund? They're just waiting for him to decide on shit.
Yeah, just one guy.
Yeah, because he became his protege. He became his protege, so I imagine you don't question my protege.
Yeah,
he's a little me.
I'm telling you, Alta Vista is the way to go.
Alta Vista. Ooh.
So things only spiraled between Seth and Filomena.
No.
One time, she barged into his office and demanded, quote, "Give me $15,000 fucking dollars."
Okay, leave me alone.
Most of the time, she would badger him over his cocaine addiction. Seth would promise he'd stop, but would always backslide. And at one point, while having a group dinner at Bice Palm Beach, Filomena demanded to know in front of everyone at the dinner if Seth was high on coke.
At dinner?
Yeah, they were at dinner.
I mean,
what a waste.
Duh.
So when he insisted he wasn't, Filomena lunged at him, put her mouth over his nose, and began sucking.
Oh,
nice.
She was searching for cocaine residue.
Yeah, that's how I do
by
it.
Sucking it out of his nose.
What's up, girl?
Probably not the best way to determine if somebody's on coke, but
I mean, it is or it isn't. Introduce me to her anyway.
She's still around here?
Another time, the couple had a blow-up in their West Palm Beach home that resulted in Seth tearing down a bunch of expensive drapes that Filomena had purchased. When the fight escalated, Seth threw a pickle jar at her.
These guys are fun. These guys are rad.
I like this guy. I wish this was on E.
I wish I hung out with them for at least a couple months just to see shit blow up. He just threw a fucking pickle jar at her.
That's
very specific.
Very random.
So specific too. The cops arrived and they arrested Seth on assault charges, but Filomena refused to press charges, so he was let go. A couple of weeks later, Seth awoke one night and realized that Filomena had not come home. At around 2 a.m., Seth drove to a local restaurant where he found her having drinks with some dude. So Seth cried out, quote, "You're a whore!" And then he turned to leave. That's it. Just, "You're a whore. Goodbye."
Oh,
that's great.
Filomena got up and slapped Seth so hard his whole head
fell off.
His whole head flopped off his shoulders. She then had to be restrained from attacking him any further. Filomena was arrested for public intoxication and spent the night in jail.
You're lucky there were no pickle jars here, you whore.
This is not one of those bars that has picklebacks.
Barkeep, pickles. Sorry,
the whole jar.
We got olives.
I
need pickles.
Only pickles will do. So a few months later, after this big blow up at this restaurant, Seth filed for divorce.
God, finally, huh? This was the straw that broke the camel's back, huh?
I mean, she did slap his head off.
So a couple of days after that, after he filed it, Seth and Filomena exchanged texts. I have those texts.
Oh, nice. Yes.
You really?
Oh, it's been a while. It's been a while since you had I have that written thing to read to you.
Right.
Guys.
Oh, God. Well, what year is this again? Is it 2001?
2007.
Oh, 2007. Okay, so they're using razors.
iPhone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like T-Mobile Sidekick or brand new iPhone.
Yeah. Brand new iPhone.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So iPhone 1. Okay.
Filomena in all caps. You're not capable of stopping to drink or doing your coke or being honest.
This was definitely on a QWERTY keyboard because nobody is going 444 777
yeah
7 2 2 8
That's what I was thinking.
Not for this.
Just gonna be like 2-word texts, but no. Yeah, definitely a QWERTY.
Here we go.
Seth's reply: I am sad about this.
Oh.
Filomena in all caps.
Damn.
I hope you get AIDS with all the whores you fuck too.
Ouch.
Nice.
Seth, I am sorry. Take a breather.
Doesn't sound like a guy on coke.
He had yeah. He definitely had a razor. She had like a T-Mobile sidekick with the full QWERTY.
Yeah, it sounds Xanax. Yeah, he for sure had the razor. He's like, I can't respond to this shit. Like, yes.
Filomena in all caps. Now it's war with 22 exclamation points.
Whoa.
Yeah. You know how long it took you to do an exclamation point on a freaking
the search engine,
on an
like
old Nokia?
Different characters in there. Like
it was, I think it was on the 1 button, and you had to hit it like 5 times.
And when she found it, she committed 22 of them fuckers. So that's the scene. Seth and Filomena then agreed to meet with their attorneys present to go over the terms of the divorce. Filomena wanted spousal support and demanded $47,000 a month, including $9,429 for vacations, $1,000 for makeup, and $4,400 for clothes.
Hell yeah.
That is bonkers.
I'm in.
In addition to all that shit, or included in that total?
I think it's in addition to.
That's definitely in addition to.
Seth responded by accusing Filomena of once forging his signature on the purchase of a $74,000 Porsche.
He's got to have more than that. I mean, this guy. No, but I mean, like, he's got to have like better evidence against her. Like, I think you said you went to the gym and you didn't go to the gym, and you told me you were gonna go.
You were a whore.
Within the first few minutes of the meeting with the attorneys, Seth and Filomena were apologizing to each other.
Oh man,
professing their love for one another.
I love you so much.
And then started making out on the conference table.
Yeah. Oh my God. The lawyer's supposed to be like, all right, we can still bill for this, right? This is billable.
Billable hours. Somebody grab her hair.
So Seth promised a fresh start and suggested they sell their home and move into a nicer one in Jupiter to start over.
Ah, yes.
Filomena was open to the idea, but she couldn't commit to an answer until she consulted with her personal online psychic.
Yes.
Miss Cleo?
Was Miss Cleo 2007?
Filomena's psychic was a gay 300-pound former pimp named Billy Ash.
Wow, Billy Ash.
Good name.
He ran his psychic business from his website, askbilly.com. It no longer exists, so don't look it up.
I'm already going to.
It's an entirely different thing now if you go.
Wow, it really is.
The website advertised Billy as, quote, the winner of many titles.
Oh.
But didn't specify.
Won many titles. I'm going to put that on a business card. Winner of many titles.
The winner of many titles.
Like,
as well as...
Here's my money.
As well as winner of Best Psychic at the Las Vegas Convention.
Ah, that's big. That's big. What year? What year, Billy? Because I was there.
Other psychics hated him. One psychic posted a photo of him on Facebook with the caption, worst psychic ever.
Wow.
Worst psychic ever.
I mean, you got to remember how different Facebook was way back then.
Yeah. I don't even know what it's like now, but, all hard posts, no stories, and all hard posts on your wall.
Yep. And post it on the wall. And could you even like stuff back then? I can't remember.
I don't think you could.
2007.
No.
It
was the first year of it.
Everybody just had to see it.
Yeah.
Everybody just had to see. Oh, the way you responded was you wrote on the wall below them, so it's like you could.
Billy claimed that his clients included Sarah Jessica Parker and Nancy Reagan.
Oh man,
sounds about
right.
How
many Nancy Reagan references have we had this season already? Is this the Nancy Reagan
back-to-back
season?
weeks of Nancy Reagan mentions.
Throat goat. There you go, Siege. Go, take it away.
The throat goat
returns. Throat goat 2.
Billy charged $3.99 per minute for his psychic sessions, but soon began giving Filomena personal readings via texts and phone calls, charging her as much as $2,500 a month.
Damn.
Nice.
All right. I mean, that was probably the only way he was like keeping the lights on. You know, he doesn't sound
into this.
He lucked out.
Billy even once mailed Filomena a necklace that he claimed belonged to Nancy Reagan.
But he bought it at Claire's.
Filomena consulted Billy about everything in her life, no matter how large or how small. She even convinced Seth to have some sessions with Billy, which he reluctantly agreed to. One day, Billy called the Circle T offices in New York, demanding that Seth owed him $156,000.
Oh, boy.
Billy claimed the charges were from when he and Seth would chat off and on. So just any conversation. I'm charging.
Billable hours, baby.
Billable hours. I mean, were they all conversations, you know, given the Cupids thing? Was it just, you know, talking?
Well, this thing.
Psychic.
Seth's attorney told Billy to leave his client alone, and Billy threatened to expose all the things Seth talked about in their chats unless he paid up, saying that the things Seth confessed would not go over well with Circle T investors. Seth told Filomena her relationship with Billy was out of hand and unhealthy.
You don't say.
He insisted that if the marriage was going to work, she had to sever ties with Billy. But she did not. Seth threatened to divorce her for real this time, saying their marriage was permanently broken, and it was mostly because Billy was putting shit in her head and then charging her a shit ton for it.
That's exactly what it said in the lawyer shit.
Yep, and nothing else. That's the only reason why it's not working out.
Billy was putting shit in her head. Wait, sorry. Billy was putting shit in her head.
Still don't know why that's Seth's voice.
Yeah, it's
Filomena.
But it's his voice now. There's nothing we can do about it.
It's canon.
It's canon.
It's canon.
All right. So Filomena didn't know what to do. So she consulted Billy about it.
Filomena, a little bit of trouble with boundaries. Just a small kind of minor thing.
I need you to leave that psychic. All right, let me talk to my psychic about it.
I need you to leave that cocaine addict. I can't. I'm making out with him on this table right now.
Sucking the coke out of his nose.
So she called.
What's that? Her voice.
A lot of cigarettes.
Yeah, voices are a little kooky tonight, but that's all right. Let's just go.
So she called Billy, and he told her to stick it out. Hang in there. So as a result,
yeah, Billy knows where the fucking money comes from. So he's like, nah, you gotta stick it out with this guy.
Yeah.
Yes,
because as a thank you, Filomena FedExed Billy a $10,000 gold Rolex.
Oh my God.
Not purchased at Claire's.
Seth said enough was enough and claimed they were done for real this time.
For realsies.
Mm-hmm.
For realsies.
Then he took it back and they got back together and then the fight started up again.
I just can't quit you. I know.
And they kept fighting about his cocaine use and her drinking. And now they're also fighting about Billy Ash. So on April 2nd, 2007, Jupiter police arrived at the home to see about a disturbance. Seth and Filomena had been fighting again. This time, Filomena had gotten drunk and began hurling wine bottles and food at Seth.
I like that they throw stuff at each other.
They do throw bottles at each other.
Yeah, I like that.
Often.
I like that. That's classic. That's just like,
yeah.
air of vintageness to it in a couples fight.
It's got an old Hollywood vibe.
Like social media. And before, like,
it's before like posting TV. Some passive aggressive thing on fucking Instagram. Mm-hmm. You just grab the nearest jar.
Yeah, just toss some shit. Something heavy. So sometime in August of that year, Seth told his driver, quote, "This divorce is going to cost me a lot more than my last one. I've lost a lot of money since then."
It was a fucking great quote. I'm glad you put it up.
Driver's like, am I still on the payroll though? Yeah. Everything goes south.
You still got a job though, right?
Yeah, you got to drive. Somebody's got to drive you, right? I mean, from courthouse to courthouse, right?
On September 4, 2007, at around 1 a.m., Jupiter police were called to their $5 million home in Bears Club, the very same home Seth had purchased for Filomena to rekindle their relationship. There was a dead man in the pool. The dead man was naked.
That wasn't me.
The dead naked man was Seth Tobias.
Oh.
You can tell because he had a tattoo on his arm that was a T and it stood for tattoo.
Right. Police noted that Seth had scrapes on his nose and forehead.
From doing a lot of cocaine and scraping his head along the ground trying to snort it.
His glasses had floated to the bottom of the pool. And Filomena told him that she believed Seth had been snorting cocaine that night with a man named Brett Borgenson.
Hello, Brett.
Who are you?
Police found a small bag in the house, white powder in it, and another bag with a bluish substance.
Ooh.
A little ketamine, perhaps?
Walter White was...
A little Breaking Bad.
CPR was performed, but to no avail. Seth was declared dead. He was 44 years old.
Yeah, the sort of floating in the pool thing kind of gave away that the CPR wasn't going to work, maybe. I guess you
gotta try.
Gotta try something, man. Filomena told police that 2 days prior, she and Seth had hosted a barbecue for some friends. And as these things always went, the barbecue ended with them having a huge fight in front of everyone.
And he threw a pork chop at her head.
Threw some barbecue sauce.
She threw a grill at him.
The next day, they made up and they went to lunch at the Breakers, where they rang up a $323 bill.
These guys are great.
From that lunch, Seth then went out drinking with Brett Borgenson. And while at the bar, Seth called Filomena 19 times, but she never responded or called back.
What is it with rich people's friends and alliteration?
So Seth told Brett Borgenson he was going home. Once he got home, he and Filomena tried to have sex in the pool, but Seth could not perform.
The old cupcake dick rears its tiny, ugly head again.
It's a return of a Florida Man Murders podcast classic. The old cupcake dick.
That was last season.
That was last season. It was like 2 seasons ago, I think.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago.
Maybe even season 1. That would be season 1. The old cupcake dick returns.
So Filomena said that she went upstairs to go to bed. She just gave up on him.
Probably sucking his dick in the pool forever. Like, I can do it. I can get hard. Just keep a little bit longer. A little longer.
Try sucking my nose a little bit more.
Yeah, try
see if that works.
Yeah, get the nose.
She said, so she went upstairs to go to bed, and when she was upstairs, she said she peeked out the window and saw Seth swimming in the pool. Later that night, she called Brett Borgenson and left a voicemail saying, quote, "Please call me back. Seth's acting weird. I don't know if he's passed out."
Oh, man.
All right.
Real fishy.
A half hour later, Filomena called 911 saying, quote, "I don't know if my husband has passed out or what." So when the dispatcher asked if he was breathing, Filomena said, "I don't know. He's turned over. Please just send somebody. He's outside in the pool."
Okay.
And then the dispatcher heard Filomena say, "Seth, don't play with me."
Jesus.
What a lovely woman.
Yeah. clearly cares a lot about what's going on down there. It's been an hour.
You're going to get wrinkled. You know you hate it. So dumb.
Seth's funeral was held in Pennsylvania. Friends and family noted that Filomena just sat silently during the ceremony and occasionally let out a sob or two.
Just like that.
Just like that.
According to Seth's will, his $25 million was set to be divided between his brothers, his parents, and some friends.
Good job.
However, Seth However, Seth never made adjustments to the will after he got married to Filomena, and according to Florida law, this nullified the will, meaning that Filomena was the sole beneficiary of all his assets.
I gotta change my will, guys.
Meanwhile, the police investigation learned through phone records that Filomena had spoken to her psychic Billy Ash 18 times during the week following Seth's death, including for 81 minutes on the day he died. After one of the talks, Billy made a call to Seth's brother Sam, introducing himself as Seth and Filomena's assistant. He then told Sam that Filomena told him that on the night of Seth's death, she had crushed a bunch of Ambien tablets into a pasta sauce and then served it to Seth.
And boofed him.
With this information, Seth's brothers filed a motion seeking to block Filomena from inheriting the money by citing Florida's Slayer statute.
Slayer statute? I was going to say, of course, Florida has a Slayer law. That's awesome.
It's a law that prevents a spouse from profiting from the murder of their partner.
Oh, sweet.
So wait, no autopsy for Seth at the time of death? Like they just like, guess he just fell asleep in the pool. Happens all the time.
There is. We'll get to it.
Okay.
Yeah. So police.
I mean, the cops are wouldn't surprise me if the cops did that. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
They're just like, open and shut case. Fair. Another one. Let's go, boys.
I mean, come on. How many have we done with these with like Palm Beach County? And it's just like, well,
yeah,
that about does it.
That wraps it up.
Drowned in the ocean.
Drinks on me. First round's on me, boys.
Yeah.
So cops went to speak with Billy Ash, but they wouldn't reveal what was said during the interview, only that they were, quote, unimpressed with Billy's story.
Okay.
Weird description. That's kind of a weird description.
Billy, however, kept talking, taking his story to the New York Times. He told the New York Times about what Filomena told him and revealed that Seth enjoyed frequenting a Florida gay bar called Cupid's. Man. Billy said that there was a handsome and muscular exotic male dancer that hung out at Cupid's.
Oh, he hung out all right. He hung low.
This dancer's name was Tiger. He was called Tiger because he had tiger stripes tattooed on his back.
Oh, I'm totally getting that. Get it down my ribs.
According to Billy, Seth had a thing for Tiger and had sex with him several times. Billy also offered up other sordid details, such as how Seth liked having his balls shaved by a gay porn actor.
Oh.
Couldn't be anybody. Has to be a specific person who works in a specific job.
Billy said that Filomena was well aware of all this and had lured Seth into the pool the night of his death with promises that she had arranged a sexual liaison for him and Tiger.
Oh.
I mean, he wasn't getting up otherwise, so he's got to try something.
Just before getting in the pool, she allegedly served him the Ambien-laced pasta. And Billy told another reporter that Filomena had begun bombarding him with calls the day they hosted that barbecue and said that she was upset that Seth had been checking out a cute guy at the barbecue and that she had had enough. Billy said Filomena had crushed Ambien into the pasta sauce, but that all the Ambien turned the sauce purple.
God damn, how much Ambien did she use? Holy crap.
When she served it to Seth, he refused to eat it and said it looked like shit.
Yo, that's a lot of Ambien.
That's got to be a lot of Ambien.
She told him, look, you're drunk and you're high, and that eating would make you feel better.
He's like, I already don't want to eat anything. I'm coked up as fuck. You know, I eat this shit pasta.
Then she said that if he ate, she would then go call Tiger and have him come over so that she could watch them have sex in the pool.
Wow. Oh my God. Eat this up, baby, and I'll call Tiger and Tiger come over.
Okay.
Oh my God.
That did it. Seth agreed, and he began eating. He scarfed that shit down.
Anything for Tiger. I'll eat this.
A deal's a deal.
I'll eat this shit.
I'll eat this purple shit for some Tiger dick. When the Ambien began to take effect, Filomena took photos of him looking all fucked up. And then she went inside the house, washed the dishes, took the dog out for a walk, and came back. She found Seth still breathing, passed out in the water, but floating on his back.
Uh-huh.
That's when she flipped him over. So Billy told the reporter that days after Seth's death, he received a FedEx from Filomena. At first, Billy thought she had sent him Seth's severed head. But when he opened it, he found a $2,000 bottle of Krug champagne with a note that read, "The scumbag is dead."
Oh my God.
Oh, man. Filomena.
Billy also claimed that
Messy.
he never actually met Filomena in person, and that their entire relationship was online or on the phone or through texts. And investigators, however, had doubts about all of these claims from Billy. They cited that he had an extensive criminal record that included arrests for male prostitution and for running a male prostitution ring where he went by the name Mr. Madam.
Mr. Madam. All right.
That's good.
Very creative.
For his part, Tiger, who had quit the business not long after Seth's death and then got married and had a kid.
Oops.
Wait, what?
Honey, before you met me, I was a little different.
He admitted to hooking up with Seth a few times after the two had met at Cupid's. And Tiger said Seth was always, quote, very good to me. But
my name is Tim now. I'm no longer go by Tiger.
But Tiger had a story himself. He told New York Magazine that he was living out in LA for a short while, and then one day he was approached by two very attractive blonde women. And he eventually invited them back to his place.
And my whole world changed.
And the three began having sex. I think he's just a bisexual.
Yeah.
He's just sexual.
At one point, one of the ladies handcuffed Tiger.
Oh.
And then
this is going.
The two women then just stopped and they walked away. And that's when a man walked into the room, began to beat Tiger up, and shoving drugs into his mouth.
Whoa.
That's how it happens. That's exactly the story.
He says he woke up in a hospital bed.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's how all my nights away that I woke up in a hospital bed beaten up. I was handcuffed to a bed and people shoved drugs in my mouth. That's exactly how it happens. Mm-hmm.
When Filomena's 911 call was released to the media and put all over the news, Tiger heard the thick New Jersey accent and claimed it was the same exact voice as one of the ladies who had him beat up. So Tiger believed Filomena flew all the way to LA to have him beat up for sleeping with Seth.
I mean, she seems the type.
Damn. I thought maybe it was to kill him off, maybe just shut him up for good.
Filomena's lawyer denied the story and said it never happened, that the woman was not her, but Tiger swears it is.
Happens all the time out here in LA, guys. I'm going to tell you.
Easy were things in 2007. You can just go, oh, my lawyer says, no, it wasn't me.
Yeah.
And the other one's like, well, I swear it is. And it's like, all right, well, then we just leave it alone. That's it.
Yeah.
It goes away.
Try tracking my razor and see where it was, buddy.
So 5 months later, police closed the case on Seth Tobias' death and claimed they found no evidence of foul play.
Of course not.
Nope.
Take it easy. Take the rest of the afternoon off, boys.
There was a pound of Ambien in his ass. Absorbed by spaghetti.
Inside of a condom.
Seth's autopsy claimed that he had died of a heart attack, although his toxicology report revealed that he had cocaine and a lethal amount of Ambien in his bloodstream.
That'll do ya.
How'd that get there?
The toxicology report confirmed everything Billy had been claiming to reporters, but apparently it was not enough to charge Filomena with anything. In June of 2008, Seth's brothers agreed to an undisclosed settlement with Filomena, contingent on them dropping their accusations.
Damn.
This is ridiculous.
That's fucked up.
On May 8th, 2013, Filomena and a male friend attended Game 2 of the Eastern Conference semifinals between the Miami Heat and the Chicago Bulls.
Oh, no.
Yep.
During the game, Joakim Noah got into a shoving match with the Heat's LeBron James, which led to both players getting a technical foul.
Oh, man.
Later in the fourth quarter, as the Heat were cruising to a blowout win, Noah yelled some things in frustration at the referee from the bench, earning him a second technical and an ejection from the game. Joakim Noah, one of the most hated Heat opponents of all time, had to walk back to the locker room. The Miami crowd was in a frenzy, cheering and jeering Noah as he walked out with his head held down. And as he walked into the tunnel, Filomena, whose seats were right on the edge where players have to walk, shot an aggressive middle finger literally into Joakim Noah's face.
What did double birds? Right in your...
It was one. It was one bird.
Oh.
Her face contorted as she screamed at him.
It's one of my favorite pictures in Heat history.
USA Today photographer Steve Mitchell caught the moment on camera.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Said Mitchell, quote, "The shutter in my camera was going so fast I couldn't see her hand. I saw Noah walking and I thought she was just trying to touch him." The next day, Filomena and her belligerent middle finger went viral on social media, earning her the nicknames the Miami Heat Middle Finger Lady and the Miami MILF Flipper.
Oh my God.
Mitchell also said he has another photo of Filomena high-fiving her companion after the incident, looking very pleased with herself, with a smug smile on her face.
Absolute legend.
Years after Seth's death, Filomena Tobias changed her name to Mia Manente.
Wow.
And that is the story of Filomena Tobias, the Miami Heat middle finger lady who may or may not have murdered her husband.
You know what? She's all good in my book.
Yeah, same here.
All is forgiven.
All is forgiven.
Things were a little shaky up until that night in 2013.
Man, Seth was kind of a dick too. So, like,
oh God!
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not saying anybody deserves it.
Quite the redemption story.
Wow, that's great. That's a good one.
For high fiving.
Yeah,
this is so great.
Just some dude, her new boyfriend, I guess.
Oh, that's so great. Oh, yeah. That's so great. Wow, there's pictures.
There you go.
They have her. They got this like one of her with like the two older guys from the Muppets, like sitting in a balcony. This shit, dude.
Yeah, all the fucking memes and
so many memes. Look
Photoshop shit that came out was so great after that. The sources, most of the stuff came from New York Magazine long-form piece, Dead Man's Float, The Sordid Death of Hedge Funder Seth Tobias by Stephen Roderick.
Mm-hmm.
Also, New York Times article, A Case of Fast Money and Even Faster Living by
Jim
Andrew
Cramer.
Ross.
I was about to say Squawk Box.
Andrew Ross Sorkin.
Oh, yeah.
Wait. Andrew Sorkin?
Andrew Ross Sorkin.
Yeah. He's a Rolling Stone writer quite a bit.
New Times article, Filomena Tobias, Miami Heat middle finger lady, changed her identity, by some guy named Chris Joseph.
Oh, some clown. Don't read anything.
Fucker.
Yeah, don't read anything that clown
some fucking hack.
You never want to follow too closely there.
And CNBC article, Tobias estate case wraps up with settlement by Scott Cohn. But most of it came from Dead Man's Float.
Dead Man's Float.
From New York Magazine.
Float.
Yeah.
Bird flipping fan.
I like the headline that Chris Joseph wrote better, if you ask me.
Guy Chris Joseph, he's a character. I like him.
Yeah, he's good.
I wish he would write somewhere.
I know. He needs to get paid.
Yeah.
His mouths to feed.
The Florida Man Murders is a 5 Reasons sports production. Researched, written, and produced by Chris Joseph. Music by Roger Ramada. All source material can be found by visiting floridamanmurders.com. Thank you for listening. And remember, kids, only assholes murder. So, don't be an asshole.